Hey everybody, I guess I'm live. Okay. So it's day 3, and today I want to dedicate it to people who want to move out of the 9 to 5 and shift to a working lifestyle that gives them more freedom. Yeah. So for the past, these 4 days I've been sharing my experience moving out of the corporate world and starting my own business, starting something of my own. And today I want to talk talk about what are the reasons why I took 8 years to finally leave the corporate world. Yeah, because it actually took me 8 years to leave the corporate world. I wanted to leave back in 2010, but it was only in 2016 after I had a cycling accident that I actually started making a solid plan. And I think there are two reasons why I hesitated for that long. Number one, of course, is financial security. With a job, you have financial security. I mean, relatively speaking. You know how much you're gonna get each month, so you can plan. You can get a house, get a mortgage, plan for your children's education. So it's more secure, relatively speaking. Number two is the number two reason that I think that I was hesitating is because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I went to school, I got my degree in computer science. So, as a computer scientist, the jobs that were available to me were being a programmer, doing something in IT. Yeah, so that was dictated, what the job that I had was dictated by what I went to school for. And I realized that although I was good at what I did, it wasn't really what I wanted to do. So maybe you experienced something similar. You trained for your current job, you went to school for it, you got a degree for it, and then you realize that it's not really something that you want to do. Plus, the working environment in a 9 to 5, especially if you're looking for more flexible working hours or a more flexible working location, doesn't allow you to have that. Yeah, so I'll address the second one, which is learning and discovering what you really want to do. So for me, it was really driven by having more time flexibility and location flexibility. So I wanted to spend more time with my son. I wanted to be able to work from home. And most of you right now are working from home. I'm really happy for you. Yeah, I wanted to work from home or from anywhere. And with time flexibility, I wanted to dictate the hours. Of course, if I wanted to spend more time with my son, I should be able to shift things around in order to make time for him, and not just time after the job at the end of the day and the weekends, but I wanted like to be at home when he came home from school and just checking up how his day went. So those were like my two um, highest driving reasons. The third reason is like I said, I wanted to find something that I really wanted to do. So the things that I once I was clear with what I wanted out of my work, which I some people say it's called meaningful work. What is meaningful to you? That's when I started exploring. So I didn't just quit my job in 2016 when I had my cycling accident and I realized that I was doing something that I didn't really want to do. I didn't up and quit my job. There were three things that I did. Number one, I explored whether there was something in my current firm that I could do that was closer to what I wanted to do. So I tried to shift to the learning and development department in my job because I was consulting. But it was difficult to justify to my to my bosses, because in my consulting role I was bringing in money, and essentially if I moved to a learning and development role, I wouldn't be bringing any money. It would be the cost department in the firm. So that was difficult. Number two, that thing that I tried, since that didn't work, I considered moving to a company that was more mission based. So I applied actually to WWF, Worldwide World Wildlife Fund. Yeah, because I wanted to help in that area, in the environment area. So yeah, so basically I didn't, since I couldn't find a role in my current firm, I looked for other companies where I think were more mission based. But that didn't push through. They didn't have the budget in the end. I mean, I passed the interview. Um, the head of IT actually for WWF came to Singapore to interview me, and I had my panel interview, and everything was going well. But there were some shifts in the budget, so they had to close that role. Looking back now, I realized that maybe, yeah, I need to pursue something that really could give me the time freedom and location freedom that I wanted, because if I got that job, I would still be reporting to a 9 to 5 essentially. So that's when I started looking at what I really wanted to do. And I remember that I have a creative side. I like to I like to write poems, I like to draw, I like to paint. So I went to school. I enrolled in a fine arts school in 2016, and not for painting, but I went for visual communications, which is graphic design, which is like the polar opposite of computer science. So that's what I did. Those are the three things that I did in order to get me ready to move out. So from April 2016 to October 2016, 1.5 years later, after my cycling accident, it took me 1.5 years to really plan my move. And the key is to be very clear about what you want. Yeah, it could be different for you. So yeah, that's what I have to share for today. And if you want to learn more, visit my new group. So we're creating a new community called Reignite, Reinvent, and Rise. I'll put the link in the comments. Visit the link, see if it's something that's for you, that can help you, and I'll see you there.